Hello, today we're going to solve, or not, we're not going to solve. Today we are going to rearrange equations using the properties of logs. So just like we had exponent properties like the product rule, quotient rule, etc., we have them for logs also because logs and exponents are very similar to each other. So here are the three main properties we're going to use. The product rule, which says if I have multiplication inside a log, I can rewrite that as addition. Or I can go the other way around. If I have addition, I can rewrite it as multiplication. The quotient rule, which says if I'm dividing things inside a log, I can rewrite it as subtraction, or can go the other way around to write subtraction as division. And the power rule, which says if I have an exponent inside a log, that's the same as making the exponent into a coefficient multiplied in front. And once again, you can go the reverse order as well. So all we're going to focus on in this video is rewriting from one side of the equation to the other, basically. And then in the next video, we'll use these properties to help us solve a couple equations. So, first one, log base 5 of x over y. I'm going to take that division and turn it into subtraction. So this becomes log base 5. Notice that the log gets written twice when we turn it to subtraction. The top thing in my argument, which is x, minus log base 5 of the bottom argument, which is y. You don't have to put these parentheses around x and y. I'm just doing them here to make things a little easier to read. Next up, this one I have multiplication going on. It could also be written like this without the times dot, because when we have two variables next to each other, we don't need the times dot, just a heads up. Multiplication we know can be rewritten as addition. So to read it right as addition, I do log base 9 of the first item in the argument, so u, then plus sign, log again, log base 9, the second thing in the argument, which is v. Next one, I have an exponent inside the log. Exponents inside the logs can get turned into coefficients. So instead of writing this as log base 4 of u to the 6, I can take that coefficient 6 and move it out front. This becomes 6 log base 4 of u. All I've got to do there. For the last three, we're going to go the opposite direction. So I'm going to be basically working from the right hand of an equation and turning it into the left hand. This one has addition in it. Addition can be turned into multiplication. When we turn it into multiplication, we only write the log once. So I'm going to write my log, which is log base 8, and then I'm going to multiply the two arguments together, x times y, which you could also write without the times dot. Like this, either of these is perfectly fine. The next one has a coefficient. Coefficient can be moved into an exponent instead. So when I rewrite it, I start with log base 8, my argument, and then I'm going to make my coefficient into an exponent, so that becomes u to the 4th. Last one, I have subtraction. Subtraction I can turn into division. When I turn it to division, I write my log once, so log base 2. First argument goes on top of the fraction. Second argument goes on the bottom of the fraction. That is it for this video. In the next video, which will also be part of this lesson, I'll show you how we're going to use these properties to help us solve equations. But this is just a quick intro.